Hey everyone, Ed here. Oh, hold on. Not set up right. Not set up right. That there it is. There it okay. What's going on here? Just a second here, guys. Should have let me see. Check 1, 2, 3, check one. Okay, that's good. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Awkward way to start the show, right? But here we are. You're seeing Anora next week. Right on, dude. Yeah. Today I'm going to talk about my thoughts on Anora. Gonna be a bit of a shorter show today. Unfortunately, there isn't a whole lot in the way of boutique label releases. You saw 6 movies this week. Are you on Letterbox? Let me know what your Letterbox or let me know what the movies are, and if you're on Letterbox, let me know what your account is for sure. What was I gonna say? Yeah, there's only a couple of things I want to talk about when it comes to the boutique labels because it's not really a whole lot of too much going on there. And I do have a pretty solid looking short film here though, which should be pretty fun to get to at the end of the stream. But for now, uh, there you go. But for now, yeah, let's talk about well, before I talk about Honora, I do want to talk about Devil's Story. It's the latest like cult movie that's blowing up because it was on Red Letter Media's Halloween Spooktacular this year. I saw it last night. I actually saw it before. Hey Jeremy, how you doing, man? I actually saw Devil's Story last night before I watched the Red Letter Media video. Just because it was a rare occasion where like I bought the movie like about 3 or 4 months ago. Haven't gone around to seeing it yet. And it was a rare occasion where I got to see one of the movies they were going to talk about on that show before they talked about it. So I went ahead and took it. And while like it was a lot of fun, the bummer was watching it last night was that I watched it really, really late and I didn't really have anyone to see it with. And that's like totally the kind of movie that you should watch with a group of people because there's so much like what the fuck going on, but there's literally so much of it that without someone to like just sit there and like talk to about it, it just kind of overwhelms you. It is an insane movie, Devil's Story. And like it's incredibly unpredictable. I like what they said about the show is that in a lot of ways it crosses off a lot of check marks, right? It has this so bad it's good quality, right? This sort of Tommy Wiseau, The Room level production mistakes and stuff. It's definitely got your gore porn aspects to it. If you love that sort of like genre, cult aspect, but it genuinely does kind of work as a weird structuralist like art film in a weird way. It has like some strange imagery going on and some legitimately like artistic motifs that are weird and they don't necessarily make sense, but they're undeniably intentional. So, I like movies like Devil's Story in a lot of ways, and I really do like. I think I've seen The Room so many times that I no longer see the first like layer of it, right? Like, don't get me wrong, it's a bad movie. It's badly acted. It's badly directed. It's all that. But at the same time, much like Devil's Story, it's so undeniably of a singular voice and it's so unique and on its own that it is definitely like the extreme logical conclusion of auteur theory. Even in the way that we talk about The Room as sort of a Tommy Wiseau thing, and even though like Greg Sestero was such a big part of all that, and so many other players that went into the making of that movie, movies like this show that auteur theory isn't always like Kubrick and Scorsese. Sometimes it's just like weird fucking people just making their weird shit, you know? And honestly, for good or for bad, that often makes for some of the most interesting, memorable, and like I guess you could say enduring works, right? I mean, we do still talk about The Room. We do still talk about God, like, you know, well, I mean, I guess The Room is the only one that I can really think of right now. And then movies like Devil's Story, people, it's one of those things. It's the weird thing about these sort of cult movies, right? Like, same thing can be said about Tough Guys Don't Dance, the Norman Mailer movie that Francis Ford Coppola produced. It's an insane movie. I love it, but it's also like so bizarre and so weird because like the guy, and it is also like the extreme logical conclusion of our tour theory, because the guy wrote the book and then wrote the screenplay based on his own book and then directed that screenplay. So this is like his baby from beginning to end, right? And it's so its own thing. Like, one of these days I gotta talk about I gotta talk about Tough Guys Don't Dance for sure, because that movie fucking rules. Um it's like think about, if we're gonna use The Room as a sort of like comparison point here for everything, Tough Guys Don't Dance is like The Room, but like with all of its sort of quirkiness and weird aspects, but actually well executed as a film at the same time, if that makes any sense. Um Anyways, Devil's Story is just like one of those movies that reminds me that like cinema is more than just prestige. It's more than just like the high art of it, and I'm talking about like the aesthetics of it. It's so much about like the perspective and the artistry and the director. Really, that's almost always what it comes down to, right? Like what these people who take on these projects make of their work. Especially like when you're working on a small budget. That's always, to me, what's so fascinating about micro budget movies. And yeah, so Devil Story is definitely of that ilk. It's fucking bizarre. If you watch the best of the worst Red Letter Media video and you thought, hey, that shit looks crazy, definitely check it out, because that shit's wild. Now with Devil Story out of the way, I do want to talk about Anora, right? Because this is a movie that I was really excited for. I'm a big fan of Sean Baker's work. I've seen Tangerine, Florida Project, and now Anora. It's three of his movies. Did I see anything? I think I wanted. I've been meaning to watch Red Rocket for a while, but I haven't seen it yet. But anyways, Anora. It was a movie that I bought in. The trailers. I love the trailer of it. I love the vibe of it. You know, I kind of like this sort of twisted take on Pretty Woman. And for the first I'll say the first like hour of it, right? The first hour of Anora. Yeah, no, I need to. So okay. I know you're gonna watch Anora next week, but I'm curious what you have to say about my thoughts on Anora, or based on what you know of Red Rocket. But um, Anora, for the first like hour of it, is amazing. It's honestly like and don't get me wrong, I don't dislike this movie. I want to get this out of the way. I like this movie overall. I do think I think if you're curious about it, you should definitely go see it. It's worth watching, and I think everybody should make up their own mind about this one, because I think this might just be like my own weird fucking hangups with like I guess you could say redundancy. Like, I really hate this is why I can't really like buy into the concept of like slow cinema a lot, because a lot of slow cinema is just a redundant cinema, you know. Um, and I'm okay with like slow shit. I'm not okay with slow shit that incorporates repetitive, redundant like imagery and whatever, scenes and stuff. And my problem with Lenora is that the first, again, like the first 50, like I mean, I guess maybe the first 45 minutes are gold. It's exactly what I wanted, what I was expecting to get, what I wanted to get from this movie. And then there's this one scene, right? And it's sort of the centerpiece of the movie. It's sort of the midpoint where the story really shifts. Um and it's one of the funniest fucking scenes that I've seen in a long time. And you know what? To be totally honest, this movie never lost me because it's so goddamn funny. It is. There's like nonstop like funny ass like lines, and Anora as a character is just so unhinged, and Mikey Madison's performance is just so like bold with it that like it's hard not to get caught up in that sort of energy. For all its flaws, I do it never lost me completely, but There is one scene, the midpoint scene, where it just keeps going, right? Like it starts off pretty basic, and then it just keeps going and it keeps building, and it keeps getting to like such a ridiculous point of view that it becomes legitimately hilarious. How like how much it escalates in just like this one room, basically, to over this one incredibly like like I think it's like 15 minutes in the movie, and I think it's almost basically like real time. Yeah, like now that I think about it, like we never cut out of it, and it just plays out, and it's just like legitimately funny, right? The problem is that the next scene after that is literally like for a good 7 to 10 minutes, a guy just going up to a bunch of random people and be like, "Hey, have you seen this guy? Have you seen this guy? Have you seen this guy?" And each and every single one of them is no, 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 no. And that was when the movie started to like. That's when I started to get a little like, "Oh no, dude!" Like my I don't know if it's like some sort of ADD thing or whatever, but I really do not like repetition like in a movie, Like the whole thing about movies that you can be succinct and you can get your point across and move the fuck on. And don't get me wrong, there's times where like repetition has like it has its place, right? Like there's no absolutes in art. But for me, uh I can't stand it for its own sake. So what bothered me was that like after that scene in the middle where the whole joke is that it keeps going on, the movie picks really weird times when to speed up, like when to do a scene in like a couple of quick shots, and when to just make a scene like play out. And it sort of became an issue because like it threw the pace off completely for me, and it became hard for me to settle back into the film's rhythm in its second half. Um, Despite the fact that I was enjoying the movie, like I was enjoying what was going on, but I felt like um my personal like ability to vibe with the movie just kind of went away after that, which is really unfortunate because on paper, on paper, I really should love this movie. Like all the stuff that happens, especially like the ending of it, is so like on like the emotion on the basic level, on conceptual level. It's powerful, it's very meaningful, and it should have hit me deep. That's the worst part, man. Like it frustrated me at the very end where like it has a very impactful and powerful like ending, but it only worked like on an intellectual level. Like on an emotional level, I couldn't feel it. Like intellectually I was like, oh man, that's really fucked up and that's sad, but it didn't like feel fucked up and sad. And I think like this is going to be a little bit controversial here because everybody's talking up Mikey Madison's performance, and it deserves all the praise it gets. Honestly, like I said earlier, she is fantastic in this, and she totally is fearless. And Anora as a character is freaking just unentertaining as hell to follow throughout the entire movie. The thing is that I think Sean Baker was really a little too in love with that performance with that character. I think there are times where the only benefit that we get out of a scene going on for so long is that we get more of Anora being Anora, which is, don't get me wrong, it's entertaining and it's fun, and she's, like I said, a fantastic character. But when the entire point of the scene is just to like establish, hey, look how fucking crazy and wild Anora is, when we already know that Anora is crazy and wild at this point, you know, it just kind of dragged the film down for me. And it's a bummer, dude. It's a bummer. Like this is the kind of movie that I really want to love, that I really want to talk up. There's nothing worse than wanting to love a movie, but not being able to. And unfortunately, that's how I feel about Honora. Uh, Karen stole the show for me. I hope he gets some. I think Yvonne stole the show for me a lot more. I really like that character. Sounds like what I saw of Florida. I'm okay. Like, I mean, this is why it's totally subjective, and this is why like I acknowledge that all these issues are just like me, like Eduardo issues, not so much issues with the film itself, because I acknowledge that like there are aspects of what I'm criticizing Honora for in other Sean Baker movies. The thing is that like I don't know. It's just that sort of je ne sais quoi shit, right? Like, yeah, like Florida Project is definitely guilty of some of the same things that I'm talking about with Anora, but for some reason, the Florida Project just completely works for me. And the same thing, I can say the same thing about Tangerine too. But I really do think that because even like in Tangerine, right, where like the characters are so like over the top and bigger than life, there is a sort of control or a sense of like restrict like what's the word I'm looking for here? I feel like Sean Baker is being a little bit more careful with how he handles and how he like shows those characters, even though they are equally as larger than life. Whereas I think that like we're like I think with Anora, like Mikey Madison was just so undeniably like magnetic and fantastic that he couldn't help himself. And again, I couldn't blame him. I really couldn't blame him, dude. Like if I wrote that character and I got that actress, like yeah, I would be like, look at her, look at what she's freaking doing. But to me, it ultimately worked against the movie. I'm yeah. I'm curious. I'm curious what a lot of people's reactions are going to be to this movie because let me put the volume up a little bit. I can't hear as much as I want to here. Okay. All right, we're good. Okay. So, um yeah, I feel like this is going to be a very subjective movie, like more so than others. I feel like that's the case for a lot of like more less genre, less high concept movies. I feel like they're a lot more way more subjective than those. Was in its opening minutes, and it took 40 minutes to realize what the movie was. But like I think that's because the movie has such a like strong like before and like the midpoint. Well, maybe not even the midpoint because to me the midpoint is the scene where like the mafia aspects kick in. But I think there is a definitive shift in tone and visual style once like the big event happens, right? And I'm not okay. I mean, it's in the fucking trailer. When they get married, after they get married, I feel like the tone and the visual style of the movie shifts slowly and becomes solidified once the mafia actually enters the story of Honora, like in her day to day life and stuff. But then again, I say all this because uh, if this last year and a half specifically, where I've really just like committed to collecting home video again. That's really just led to me rewatching a lot of stuff. Like a lot of movies that I don't like the first. No, and I'll be totally like upfront. A lot of movies that I really don't like the first time, I end up liking a lot the second time. So I would not be surprised if I watch Nora in like a year and a half and I'm like, this is fucking amazing. What the fuck was I thinking? So I'm gonna leave that out there too. But as of right now, I think it's worth watching. I think everybody should watch it. I think everybody should watch it and make up their own mind about it more than any other movie because like this is a movie that is worthy of consideration and worthy of like critical analysis and of people's times and all that. Of people's time. So yeah, go check it out. And let me know what you guys think about it for sure. Because like this is a movie that I think is gonna be um leading to a lot of really fantastic discussions. I know yesterday on Perp's stream, I heard the movie from uh you know Omera, his future wife, his wife from the future's her perspective on the movie, and that got me thinking a lot about it. This happens a lot with me too. The Shining, Blade Runner, Mandy, Skinamarink, all did not like them on first watch, but love them now. See, here's the thing though, like I say that about like it's one thing to say it about like Skinamarink and Mandy and Blade Runner that are just sort of like very um divisive to some extent. I feel that way about like fucking Matrix Resurrection sometimes. Which look, I am unapologetic about the stuff that I like. I don't believe in guilty pleasures. All right, like there's nothing that I like that I feel guilty about. Um, which yeah, the thing is that like I said, most movies that I watch that I don't like the first time, I'll end up liking the second time and that includes stuff like Matrix Resurrections and a lot of movies that a lot of people just consider unforgivably bad. Um, but but I think that's sort of that's a good to some extent. I think that's the way that it should be. You know, I think that's because the first time that we see a movie, we're just kind of seeing what it's about or what it is, right? Like, now I'm not, and even if it's not just like on a story based level, like what is this movie about? Like on a vibe base, on vibes, on cinematography, on the sort of pure like cinema experience of it. You know, that's the first time we go see a movie. The second time we see a movie, we see it to understand how it's about that and why it's about that. And then every time we see that same movie after that, it's just sort of more of iterations on those same themes, right? The more you watch a movie, the more you understand why and how it is the way that it is. And I think unless it's a really shitty fucking movie, like truly shitty fucking movie, it's hard not to like give something that much attention and that much consideration and eventually come to terms, come to some sort of understanding of it that's a lot less extreme than love or hate, you know? And I think there's some movies like Southland Tales, right? Like I made a whole video where it's like it's a battle a little bit. Like you have to sort of wrestle with it. And then there's movies like The Matrix Resurrections where it's like it's a movie that like I went into it because of my thoughts on the franchise and on its place in like pop culture and the discourse and all that. I went into it with my own sort of preconceived notions. And then once I was able to put that in the back seat and try to watch a movie like that through the director's point of view, then it becomes just like a different experience. And again, fuck, where was I going with that? Anyways, what I'm saying is, uh, definitely like, yeah, the more you watch a movie, the more that the more that you just kind of really get it. And once you get something, it's hard to like fully hate it. And I'm there with a lot of shit because like I like controversial, divisive stuff. I like to understand and experience things that are hard to like enjoy or that have some sort of notoriety to it because they're so often like overblown and there's so much hyperbole around the discourse when they're usually a lot more humble than that suggests, right? And the big example for me is Heaven's Gate. A lot of people, um, they have these crazy thoughts about it when like, and I have my own fucking big crazy thoughts about it too. But part of what makes it so good for me is that it really does feel like such a personal, like small thing, you know. Anyways, I'm rambling here. Let's talk about some hard facts. Let's talk about Anora's box office here. Let me share this. Let me share this screen. Anora's box office mojo. All right, let me put this over here. Yeah. So Anora's doing is seemingly pretty good here. It is currently at $17 million. But I don't know what its budget is. Let me see if I can find out what Anora's budget was because I mean it doesn't seem like a very expensive movie. Like I thought it was pretty solid. I thought it was pretty cool. Like that in Anora. Oh, it has a $6 million budget and it's already at 17 million. Congratulations, Anora. It looks like you are in the black. Good stuff. Yeah, it looks like it's already made its budget back in the domestic. That means that pretty much the international has already covered its if we're going by the 1.5 rule for budget for like when to break even, then that means that this movie broke even at if it's 6 million, that it broke even at $9 million or yeah, $9 million. 19. Anyways, what I'm saying is it's definitely in the budget, in making its passes. It's in the profit zone. Let's put it that way. Is it Sean Baker's best box office? What a year! Yeah, it's been a really good year for Neon. No, it feels like a really breakout year for Neon too. I feel like for a while they always kind of felt like excuse me here guys. Feels like for a while Neon was seen as sort of like the like A24's like little brother or whatever or little sibling fucking studio and shit. But yeah, it seems like this year they really come into their own. Um made 8.7 million here in the US with France being its second largest grosser. With it seems like all over UK. How's it doing in Russia? Because it is about the Russian mafia. I guess that would be, yeah, it would be over here somewhere. Slovakia. It's surprising that it's not bigger in Russia because it is about the Russian. Oh, here it is. Oh, okay. So 1.5 million compared to. So it's actually Russia is its second biggest international market. So that's pretty solid. I've seen a lot of Neon this year. Immaculate was pretty good. Diet A24. I think that was sort of like its reputation for a while here too. And yeah, honestly, good for Anora. Like I said, I do wish this movie a lot of success, and I think definitely it deserves the recognition. Sean Baker deserves the recognition that he's getting for this, because I think he's one of our more interesting, more humanistic directors, and he's one of those directors that I'm probably going to be watching, going to be looking forward to everything that he puts out moving forward here. And anyways, that's going to be it for our discussion of Nora. A24 also moving up the ranks too with Civil War, another one I appreciate on second view. Maybe I should watch Civil. The problem is with like Civil War is that I watched it at like my most at a theater that I really like going to, but the problem with that one is that like they have very short, like good and bad, right? Like they have very short trailer runs, right? They only have like maybe like 10 minutes of trailers before they show the movie. But because of that, like if you're getting like popcorn or something when the movie starts or at the start time, like you might be screwed by the time you actually enter the theater. And that's what happened with Civil War. Give me a second here, guys. I'm gonna get some water. Oh, never mind. I have one here ready to go. Bad for that one. Give me a sec. Okay. So yeah, let's talk about our boutique label releases. Not a whole lot to talk about today. Only two labels, but one of them is Umbrella Releases. This is of course Australia's premier or biggest fucking label. And as you can see, they're kind of really going all out on the Terrifier stuff here. A lot of good merch. I mean, you know what? That's good though. I mean, Terrifier has been such a breakout for just like in general, I guess, right? I don't know how involved Umbrella is in the production of it, but damn, look at this box set here. So it's a 4K of all three movies. There's a bunch of books here. Yeah, four movies. Oh, shit. But then they have Terrifier 3 on VHS as well. Okay, I'm just gonna read you guys what this has. All right. 180 piece plastic brick set by Jeffy O Builds. Build your own Art the Clown with 7 swappable weapons and hats. What? Wait, so is this? Hold on. That's insane. That's fucking awesome, dude. They'd be dumb not to. Oh yeah, no, honestly, like I've only seen the first one, but I do want to check out the other ones. If this okay, so yeah, so that's the plastic brick piece. That's fucking dope. A Terrifier 3 VHS, a 250 plus page book of behind the scenes experiences and art with written content from Matthias Richard, Ron Reiki, Dr. Steve Jones, Valerie Guyant, Hannah Neurotica, and photos from Jeff Harris and Colossum Studios. Custom artwork, rigid slipcase by Shannon Trotman. Arts Christmas Sunnies, 3 slipcases, 12 art cards, 2 by A3 reversible posters, and a limited edition numbered release. This is this is a crazy thing about Umbrella. They fucking go all the way out with their release. When they really want to go all out, they go all out, man. And this is fucking awesome, dude. Like if I were a Terrifier fan, yeah, this would definitely be fucking, that does not feel right. Um, that seems way too cheap for all that. No, right? Yeah, for a 3 movie set. That's the thing. That's what I like about Umbrella, dude. Like they have these big fat fucking sets, but you can tell they don't get too carried away with their prices. It seems like a pretty reasonable, you know. I don't know. To me, it's reasonable. And again, maybe I could just be cheap. But that's fucking sick. That is their Terrifier package. They also have a bunch of fucking dope shirts here too. A waifu potty pillow. Oh, it's just a pillowcase. That's still pretty cool though. Got a poster, a couple of this fucking shirt. Let's see if I could. It's censored. They can't even show it on their own site. I'm pretty sure it's horrifying, whatever it is. This dope ass Terrifier 3 shirt. Again, I wish I need to, you know what? I need to get caught up with the fandom, dude. I need to get caught up and watch the other 2 fucking Terrifier movies. I really enjoyed the first one. Let's see. Let's go to the shop. And yeah, that's their art, that's their fucking sets for Art the Clown. They have a bunch of really dope stuff though. On top of the Terrifier set, this is the one that I'm really curious about. Hardware. Let's see. Do they have? Yeah. So they have both the standard 4K here, but of course, let's talk about their big fat collector's edition. This is Richard Stanley, the guy who went on to direct the infamous The Island of Dr. Moreau. And this is the movie that sort of broke him out and that got him, got him that gig basically. And yeah, this is I haven't seen this movie, to be totally honest with you guys. I haven't seen Hardware, but it's a movie that I've been very curious about for a long time because it is Richard Stanley and because of his whole story. Bitter message of hopeless grief. Dude, Hardware is such a just overall masterpiece. I'm sorry, master. I don't. I said that fucking mindlessly. Hardware is such a beloved like cult classic that a lot of people consider a masterpiece. That's what I meant to say. It's just something that I wanted to see. Oh, look, they have here.
This is Angry Bob, the man with the industrial dick, coming at you loud and clear on WAR radio.
Or is this just like a whole scene from the movie? Let me see. Okay. I don't want to get copyright struck here. Dust Devil is better, a legit masterpiece up there with 7 Silence of the Lambs. Damn, that's pretty high praise right there, dude. Incredible South African movie. I believe it. You know what? While we're here though, we're already on YouTube, so let's go ahead and just watch a trailer for Hardware. Let me see here. All right, here we go. Oh, got him muted. Okay, right off the bat, I'm really digging the fucking visual vibe here.
You're in a time of throwaway technology.
I give you 30, 40, 50. And they can see it my way.
Only some of the stuff that gets thrown away isn't.
I love the way this movie looks already. Just on the pure visual quality, I'm fucking sold here.
Dead.
Mo?
Merry Christmas, baby. I got something else you like.
What is it?
It's asleep.
Fairhour Electronics presents its new model, the Mark 13. The Mark 13 is self-repairing, capable of recharging its storage batteries from just about any power grid, including the sun.
And when it wakes up, it'll become something entirely new.
I gotta see. It's important. Meet me in 1 hour.
A creature that combines the technology of a computer, the deceit of a human, and the killer instinct of a machine.
James, listen to me. This is serious.
Was this like a fucking studio movie? Like, The production value here is fucking wild. It's fucking great. Straight up.
Joe's in trouble.
I didn't see anybody.
Get ready for an encounter with some seriously heavy metal.
I like how they say encounter with some serious heavy metal. Then you hear like digital double bass beats.
Get ready for hardware.
That's fucking rad, dude. Holy crap. No, okay. I'm definitely gonna get that on 4K. No doubt about it, dude. Where let me see. Let me go back here to movies. Yeah, and that's so yeah, apparently they have two different sets here. They have that one that I just mentioned, and then they have this one here, apparently. Which comes with a t-shirt, posters, all this other fancy shit. You know, you really got to give it. You really got to give it to. Really got to give it to them. They know how to fucking package and sell a fucking movie. Like, interesting production. Stanley clearly more interested in world building than the Killer Robot. So many interesting stuff in this movie outside the Killer Robot. It's great. No, I'm looking forward to it for sure. Lemmy from Motorhead is in it. No shit, that's fucking sick. That movie is insane. I have a hardware shirt, dude. Okay. Yeah, no, I sold 100% sold, no doubt about it. And I've never heard of this one. Suburban Mayhem. See what's up with that one. Suburban Mayhem. Okay. It does look like it's on YouTube right now. But I like, you know, the part of being a collector, a lot of the fun of being a collector is just blind buying shit, you know. Katrina does what she wants when she wants. Manicured and manipulative, the teenage mother exists in a world defined by petty crime, seduction, sex, fast cars, and suburban mayhem. While her beloved brother Danny is in prison for murder, and John, her father, concerned about Katrina neglecting the baby, it's time for the 19-year-old to do something. Can you really get away with murder? Directed by Paul Goldman, starring Emily Barclay, Mia Wasikowska, Michael Dorman, and Steve Bastoni. All right, let's watch this fucking trailer. So 2006.
I'm just your average 19-year-old. I like shopping.
It does. Actually, it does. Yeah, it has that vibe too.
I can't believe you did that. Going to the salon. We have your tits done too. Hanging out with friends. I'll meet me at the lookout in an hour. Just getting as much out of life as I can. But I'm a mother, and family is really important to me. But if you can't trust family...
You can do what you like, but Bailey is staying here with me.
Who can you trust?
I'm not supporting you anymore.
They just don't understand how far I'd go to protect what's mine. I'm a Skinner. My brother's a murderer. I'll have your head cut off. All I'm trying to do is keep this family together.
Go to your room.
This is an outrage! This isn't over! Miss Bailey.
Child welfare came around here last night.
Do you want a tiny baby to get taken from your mother? I need financial security, Rusty. It's the biggest story in all the papers, isn't it? She was famous.
This is no way to get what you want.
You're playing with people's lives and you won't keep getting away with it.
Don't say anything about my sister, you piece of shit.
Come on, Miss Skinner.
I need you to help me.
You're teasing me.
There are some things in life you just can't control. The weather, wild animals, hiccups, and Katrina.
night, Bob.
I mean, maybe Dad doesn't realise how hard it is to be a full-time mother.
Yeah, that movie looks pretty legit. Like, it's wild that a movie like that could have a $55 set, though. I'll be real with you guys. Because, I mean, it seems like a pretty solid movie. I'm not going to lie. But it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like hardware, which has this unique little, this seemingly unique world with unique visuals and all that. Not to say that you need one to make a good movie, but I think you need one to make a giant set like this. I mean, it's pretty elaborate. You got posters, slip cases, looks like a comic book here. Yeah. I mean, not hating. Looks pretty cool. But wild. I mean, I don't know. I hope whoever's marketing this shit knows more than I do. And I'm pretty sure they do. So their third release is The Mugai, a 2024 movie. I haven't actually heard anything about this. It looks like it's a horror movie. Just a basic 4K set. The seventh release in our new Australian filmmakers line is The Mugai. It's an Australian movie then. Sarah and Fergus, a hopeful young Aboriginal couple, give birth to their second baby. But what should be a joyous time of their lives becomes sinister when Sarah starts seeing a malevolent spirit she is convinced is trying to take her baby Fergus, who take her baby. Okay, Fergus, who can't see it but desperately wants to believe her, grows increasingly worried as she becomes more unbalanced. Is a child stealing spirit real, or is she in fact the biggest threat to the safety of their family? Sounds pretty solid. Thought it was a Gremlin sequel. Yeah, right. The Mugwai. But yeah, let's check out the trailer.
Are you seeing children with white eyes? Children stolen by the Mugai. Sometimes we escape. Sometimes we don't.
I'd like to celebrate the woman who's done the most to close this deal, Sarah Bishop.
Cheers. Mommy! Oh.
She's bleeding, people. We've got a placental abruption. Hold it
down. She needs total rest. She died on the table. It's a miracle. They're both still alive.
How are things at home? Just really tired. I suppose that's normal, though. Isn't it? Where's your brother? Why did you do that?
I didn't.
Can I put some ochre around the place? You can't let the Mugai in.
Don't you listen to her, okay?
Well, Mommy.
She's just a crazy old lady.
Me. God!
A little girl, she's been telling me about a man, and he wants to take my kids. Fergus, do you believe me?
He's coming for them.
I don't know what's happening.
We're not running anymore. This is where we'll make our stand.
I am not going to leave my children.
Movies like this live and die by child acting. Sucks, but they can bring the whole thing down, and it ain't their fault. And it's very unfortunate and very true. But I mean, the child acting looks pretty solid here in the trailer. Yeah, it looks like a pretty solid little movie. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's kind of playing. It reminds me of this movie that I watched, a Mexican movie I watched not too long ago called Huesera. That was a lot more like a very like actively feminist movie, but it had a lot of the same sort of imagery, the same sort of motifs, and it's actually even kind of like based on some sort of folklore on like Huesera is like a Mexican sort of version of like Mexican, like how to explain it, like El Cucuy, La Llorona, Huesera, like these sort of boogeyman sort of figures. Where is this I'm looking for here? Oh, okay. Um yeah. Yeah, shit was punk rock. I liked Bone Woman's ending, very mature. Yeah, that's what I liked about it too. It was a very like very bold ending to like have our hero do this and then having us want to be on her side. And honestly, like I like at the end I was like, you know what? Like, yeah, that's not everybody's cut out for that shit, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know. What's the one more thing that I want to show here, but I'm trying to get the setup right. Um, because how do I do this? How do I do this? How do I show this to you guys? Because I'm trying to get this um to show right. Okay. One more move over. Give me just a second here, guys. um, let me see. Let's see. Oh, no, that's not it. What the hell, dude? Um, I guess what I'm gonna have to do here. I'm sorry here, guys. I really thought I'd have this more. I didn't think it was gonna be this difficult to show this, but it's not showing on their website. But Severin has okay. You know what? I'm not gonna be able to show any of this because it's all Russ Meyer stuff. But right now, Severin has. Oh, dude, I need to see that. I need to see Tigers Are Not Afraid. I've heard a lot of really great things about that. My cousin, especially, is really talked it up for me. I need to see that one for sure. But Severin is having a huge amount of a huge box set of Russ Meyer stuff. I guess I can show the two box sets here. So they have uh a super bundle at $219 and an ultra bundle at $313, limited to only 80. And it comes with a bunch of his movies. If you know who Russ Myers is, then you know what a Russ Myers movie is. And if you don't, I mean, just look at this artwork, guys. just look at the artwork here. That's all. I think it speaks for itself. But Russ Myers, he makes some pretty fun movies. Beyond the Valley of the Dolls is fucking insane. And if you like titties, he's your guy. There's no doubt about that. I think every director has its like trademark, and I think when it comes to Russ Myers, this is the most basic one of all: big fat titties. You know, that's great, man. Like, art should be a celebration of all the beautiful things in the world, and that includes titties, in my opinion. So let's close out the show. Sort of like I said, it's gonna be a short one today, and unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of big announcements to go on this week. And yeah, we're gonna close out by watching Abduction Production, a sci-fi short film by Colin Black. Um, yeah, let's watch this dude's short film and chill out.
Sir, aliens, reach the atmosphere. My God, where are they coming from? We're seeing aliens from Mars. Nuke them! If we do not stop these aliens, we'll lose the war. We have won the war.
Take me to your leader.
Do you want 1 or 2 leaders?
Good bread.
Come on.
Look how cute they are.
Darling, why do you have to go to space?
Because, my dear.
But why?
Wait, why am I going?
Is our relationship stale?
Oh, God, is it?
All we do is sit here all day and watch TV. Half the time we don't even talk.
All right, now we gotta start spicing things up now. Okay, great. Ideas, go.
We could go to a fancy restaurant.
Yeah, too much money.
We could go on a run.
Too much sweat.
We could try new sex positions.
Gross.
We could go outside.
This isn't it. No, we need something like big or something like a secret that we have, you know?
Matching tattoos?
No, something bigger than that.
Okay. I love that. I love that. That's cool. Seeing that shot through the TV, like that's fucking awesome. I'm thinking this so far. I just want to take a minute to just point out how fucking cool of an image that is.
UFO sightings across Coos County have people wondering, are we truly alone in the universe? And in other more ominous news, multiple reports of missing persons throughout the county.
I know what we're gonna do.
What?
We are going to fake an alien abduction, baby. Okay. First thing we need to do is get our story straight. Okay, we're driving home late night in the woods from a party. No, evening church, to make it seem like we're good people, which we both know we aren't. Then suddenly our car breaks down. We drive off on the side of the road. This is where we make sure that people driving by see us to help corroborate the story. Then we're gonna add a circular burn around the alleged abduction area for some added flavor.
Huh, that's smart.
Then we see some sort of spinning plate in the sky. We see a bright white light. Our car becomes suspended in air. We pass out. We wake up 3 hours later in our driveway, and we don't know how we got home.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, but I think we need more than just our word. We need physical proof.
Have you seen my vape?
No.
I think I left it back at the park.
What's one thing that other abduction stories don't have?
What?
Video evidence. Oh! Who's throwing all these damn frisbees? If we make a fake found footage phone video of us being abducted and proved everything we said we saw, then everyone would be more inclined to believe us. Did you find it yet?
No.
We'll do some sort of special effects wizardry. We'll add a UFO and a tractor beam around the car.
One problem is that we don't know how to do any of that.
I do.
Okay. So that solves that.
Hi, I'm Beth.
I'm Barney.
Cletus.
Oh shit, here's your vape. I'm sorry! Still want to do this UFO hoax thing?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it. All right, who threw it? Was it you? Come here, shut up, bitch!
This week
week on the Dusk area. Alien Martian men from Mars and
Sorry,
outer
I'm
space from
sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
below in the
Yeah, I know. I need to be more aware of my surroundings next time.
the movie.
Can you please come home? You still want to do this UFO hoax thing? Yeah? Okay. I love you. I love you. Say it back. Okay. She'll be here in a few.
That is unsanitary.
Okay, yeah. Can you do this better? Hey, sorry about the whole vape thing.
It's whatever. I'm over it.
Okay, cool. I love you.
So, what do we need to do?
Cletus said we need to film something called a background plate. So I guess all we have to do is just film the sky here, and then he'll just add in the UFO later. So all we have to do is just make sure our performances are just really believable.
Yeah, okay, that's easy enough.
Cool.
Oh, wow. Do you see that in the sky?
What, honey?
It looks like it's a flying saucer from outer space.
Wow.
UFO green screen thing, take 18.
Yeah, that looks great, but I think it needs more energy. No, don't just bounce it up and down. Give me more energy. No, don't just wiggle it. Give me more energy.
Give him more energy.
I don't know what you want from me.
What is so hard for you to understand? What are you, a dumbass?
Have you thought about how you're going to pay me, by the way?
We'll talk about that later.
Have you two thought about the moral ramifications of actually going through with this?
More ramifications? No. People do this kind of stuff all the time.
You two are playing with fire. The universe has ways of dealing with people who lie.
Oh, sorry. New ringtone.
Cletus just sent me the video.
Oh, cool. I'm just trying to figure this thing out here. You got the blowtorch for the tractor beam burn?
Yes, I do.
Cool.
You almost ready for evening church?
Just about. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. You know, this is like really exciting.
Yeah. I feel alive.
Yeah, like just like I could dance, you know, or something.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
you're like, ooh. You're like, ooh. You know, like, oh, like a, oh, like a, oh, like a, oh, oh, I almost fell.
All right. Let's go to church. Amen.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Can I play with the blowtorch? No, I bought it. I don't want you hurting yourself.
Fine. You know what'd be funny?
What?
If we actually got abducted by aliens and we did all this work for nothing.
That would be more ironic than funny, but I get your point. God damn it. If this is aliens, just so you know, I'm gonna burn your fucking face off. And if this is Barney playing a prank, I'm gonna burn your fucking face off. Either way, somebody's face is getting burned off.
Oh God, that's very scary. Please stop.
Wait! What's that?
Oh wow, is that a 12-point buck?
Oh, come on!
No, don't throw it!
I thought you got abducted by aliens.
So did I.
Wait, then who the hell's that guy?
Beth, wake up.
Hey, man. What's going on?
I think we're about to die.
Glad we went to church today.
Hey, somebody help! Somebody help!
That's not gonna do you any good.
Cletus? What the hell are you doing?
Burying you alive.
Why?
You know damn well why.
I do?
You make a man film and edit a video for free, take his hard-earned time away from him, you better expect him to snap.
You're doing this because we made you edit a video.
For free!
I feel like that's a bit of an over-exaggeration, Cletus.
Well, I don't think so, but I'm a serial killer, so.
All right. Let's try to figure out a way out of here, okay? Maybe I start to...
You better not. I'll stab you so hard your bones will bleed.
Jesus. I wish it was aliens.
Yeah, well, at least our relationship isn't stale anymore.
Yeah. I guess so.
I love you.
I love you too. You aren't just saying that because we're dying, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'll take that. Video evidence proves that a young couple was abducted by aliens last night.
Wow! Can't make that up.
I sure hope that nobody probes me tonight.
Landon, 2 people are missing.
Oh, what?
Yeah. You know, for a second there, I was worried that I was gonna go to some cheesy territory where like he faked this whole thing to try to like fix the relationship or some dumb shit. But no, like I really like that they committed to its tone. I really like the sort of kind of old school comedy, man. Like I really feel like this is a comedy that we sort of need more, which is it's really actually written and thought out and structured. And it has like a really funny concept. Like I really enjoyed this one. This is a really fun little movie, guys. And that's gonna be it for today's stream. Thank you everybody for watching. And if you are seeing this after the live stream, be sure to say hi in the comments. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be all. Thank you guys once again, and until next time, peace.
Thank you.